What's up, y'all? So this is going to be almost like an extra credit type thing, in-depth discussion about what I just went in part one and told you about. In a big part that I didn't get to talk about in the first one, or talk in depth about what happened afterwards with the whole feeling of a knife, a burning knife going into my leg. So, back to that part where I felt like a hot dagger was getting pushed into my leg. The next morning, I'm sitting there, I'm in the bathroom dropping the deuce, and I'm just thinking about everything, and I'm just happy, and I just look over at my leg. Oh, let me go forward, let me go back, excuse me. After the ceremony, I hopped up, I looked at my leg, I looked at my pants. I had these thicker khaki, like contractor type construction pants on. A slim fit, and I had long socks on. I thought maybe an ember or something burned me from the sage, but there was not a single mark, no burn mark, no cut mark, no nothing whatsoever on my pants. Nothing. So I'm like, okay, I just imagined it, or God knows what happened. And the next morning, sitting there, and I look over at my leg, right here, on the inside of my leg, pretty much where the femoral artery is, I notice a huge fucking wound. And it looks like someone took a double-bladed knife, a hot one, and pushed it into my leg. Because it's seared around the outsides. And I'll show some pictures of it later. I'm not going to drop my fucking pants out here. It's cold off. I don't want to lose my shit. But, I'm sitting there and I'm like, no fucking way. No fucking way. So I finish up in the bathroom. I'm looking at it. I'm touching it. It doesn't hurt at all. Nothing. I'm pushing on it, everything. Nothing whatsoever. No pain at all. And I've never felt the pain from it. So I go back. I grab my pants. I unfold them and I'm looking at them. I'm turning them inside out. I even check the fucking right leg to see, just a double check on everything. And there's nothing. Nothing whatsoever. And I'm like, this is not scientifically possible. This is not possible for this to happen from what we understand about how the world works. So I go and run and tell everybody, and I'm talking to the staff there, and I'm talking to Zoe and Adam and Kaya and Andrew, the director, and asking them all if they've ever seen, and I'm showing them, they're like, no way, there's nothing, they've never even seen or heard of anything like that happening before. With all the hundreds of thousands of whatever people they've treated, they've never seen that happen before. And this is what I mean by everybody has a different experience. So we're all trying to figure it out. We can't figure it out whatsoever. And I think it was the next day after the second one. I can't remember exactly when, but it was the next day, I believe, we had talked to another woman, a Mexican woman named Kathy, who was also a staff member who lives there. She's a little older and she had more knowledge. And her and Zoe were talking about it. Love you, Mama Zoe. Love you, Kathy. And they were talking about it, and they mentioned demons. Now, to backtrack real quick, a few years back, it was actually after the Hurricane Wilma rescue mission that me, Jess, and a friend of mine did. I don't know if you guys remember that. We gathered supplies and resources, and medical supplies and food, water, clothing, and we drove down to Florida to help immediately after Hurricane Wilma hit. But on the way back from that trip, we stopped in North Carolina and visited my fiance's cousin, pretty much my cousin now, Vito. What's up, baby? And he's super spiritual and connected, and almost like a psychic, if you want to call it that, just for terms for now. And he did a reading on me, and he told me shit that only I know, and only my best friend Matt, who is no longer with us, the one who committed suicide when I was 13, know. And I ran out the fucking house. I'm like, there's no fucking way he knows that shit. But anyways, later on over the years, him and Jess is spiritually connected too. They were talking and they mentioned that there's demons attached to me, which I believe, and I still believe, because those are the things I were fighting all these times, all this time, my whole life. And so anyways, Zoe and Kathy are talking to me, and they say that they think it was a demon trying to stop me. So he's stabbing me with his invisible spiritual on fire dagger or whatever, trying to stop me from surrendering and letting go. They were trying to keep me to continue fighting it, so I couldn't get rid of them. And by not letting my demons win, and by letting go, I released them. I'm assuming through that port, that wound. Let's see. I don't know if I can get my pant leg up that high. Oh, yeah, I can. Just so you can see it from here. And I'll get you close-ups later. It looks crazy as fuck now, but it still don't hurt. So that's what they said about that, and that's all I got to say about that. Still, scientifically, physically impossible for that to have happened. For there not to be a mark on my pants, for no one to see anything. So that proved to me, and proves to me, again, that we don't know shit about shit. We don't know how everything works and what's out there. What I do know now is that there's a lot of things out there that we don't know and we can't explain. There's other spirits and other entities and things a lot of us don't see. Some of us do see them, especially if you're familiar with shadow work and whatnot, and paranormal stuff. But that's what happened with the leg. That's what happened with my wound during the first Bufo ceremony. It didn't happen during the second one, so I think I got rid of my demons on that first one. But I just wanted to touch base on that and let you guys know about that. I'll see you on part 2, where I discuss the next plant medicine I did, which was a mushroom blend of the strand. Penis Envy is the name of it. It's a super strong kind, and the way it's blended, it's a powder. So it hits way quicker and harder. And I've done shrooms in the past and never even remotely closely experienced something like that. But that's coming next. Stay tuned. Thank you guys.